What is up, Mako Madness fans? We are here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and of course we are going to do our checkup on Avatar and Rivers of Light. So let's head inside and check it all out. Alrighty guys, so we're in the park now getting our first view of the floating mountains, and again, it looks absolutely awesome. We still have scaffolding up there, but we do have some new foliage on the rockwork. We're going to walk around and get a better view. And of course, here is a much closer view of all the work going on right there. We have a crane that's on site. Of course, they've been on site, but they are still lifting a lot of heavy stuff. Let's get a nice close look at all that foliage up there. Again, it's all starting to come along. And over here, check it out. See all that right there? Some of that has been on there for a while, but some of it is new. Here we have a couple more floating mountain formations right there that have just been constructed in the last couple weeks. They have some scaffolding up around them, but as we can see, they are floating. And just behind that, there looks to be some new rock work with some rebar. So again, they are still progressing quite a bit on these floating mountains. And the crane right there, of course, is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Speaking of lifting, here they go with some more stuff. And just to the right of those other mountains that we covered, there is the frenzy of work that is going on right here. Still tons of scaffolding in place. They are working on a lot more of the foliage over here though. We see some guys right there. I want to zoom in on some of this stuff. There's almost some texture to the rocks, so something different with those. Again, these things are absolutely massive, and the videos and photos do not do it any justice, guys. Yes, we're in our other viewing spot of Avatar and the floating mountains, and different this week as opposed to the other weeks. They just had some of the rebar up in our last couple updates, but check this out. Look at all of that foliage on this side now. So that was not there in our last update. Then moving up, they are getting ready for a lot more right there. Again, still scaffolding all over the place, and I'm expecting it to be up there for several more weeks, but it is a very welcome sight to finally see this side just about done, guys. Of course, over here by the Tree of Life garden, it is still closed off as they are doing modifications to make the Tree of Life come to life at night. So it's only going to be just a little bit longer, guys, and then we'll have this back open. Alrighty, so our first look at the Tree of Life work over here. Again, we still have all of those markers still on the pathway. And we have that big old lighting equipment so that they can actually work during the nighttime hours. But not a whole lot has changed over here. We're going to walk around to see if we notice anything else. And of course, here's our best view now of all that work and the beautiful tree. As we can see, the waterfall is on over here, which is nice. And then we'll zoom in just a little bit more to see the work wall right there. And again, all those markers. I believe that's going to be for a pathway, since they did tear it up during this whole process. So I'm expecting that's probably what that's for. On to the next news item though. Let's go. Alright, just to show you guys I actually do ride the rides, we're about to get on Expedition Everest in just a second, but there is another reason, as they have some new technology on here, and it's a basically My Magic Plus story maker, which includes your magic band and some of the technology with that, so we're going to check it out. Alright, so we're almost to the area where they have that new technology. Wraps around in the queue line, and you can access it either through Fast Pass or your regular standby line. That's coming up in just a second. And boom, there it is. So these screens have been added. So what they've done is they've added a personalized thing right here. As you can see, Robert, Joseph. So some different names, things like that. I guess you got to be in the right place at the right time. But again, they're trying to make it more personal here.
The restraint and secure all gear in the cargo bag in front of you.
See Kelly there.
Have a great trip.
Play around on the internet.
Finally, we're over by the Rivers of Light area and we see the barge that is right here. Now, it's been here for a while. However, that equipment that is on there is new. I have not seen that on there, so they are obviously doing some sort of work. But we're going to continue around the lake and hopefully notice something else. And all is quiet on the riverfront. I do not expect to see any sort of testing today or even anytime soon, as there have been some delays on Rivers of Light. But I would say that it is hopefully going to open at the end of the summer. I would expect some changes and modifications to the show, but we will see when it actually does happen. Across the way, of course, we still have that building or tent right there for the tech crew, still in place. You know, while I do say having the work walls down is a nice thing, it is such a tease just seeing all of those open seats and knowing that we're not going to see any shows anytime soon. It's kind of a bummer, but again, the whole area looks really fantastic. And one other look at the Rivers of Light area. I do want to point out over here, we do have a technical boat over here. So they are working on something over on that rock formation right there. As to what, I have no idea. Now, a little while ago, I did say that there were going to be no shows on here for a while. Well, that's kind of a lie, because coming this Memorial Day weekend, we are going to have Jungle Book right here. So guests are actually going to be able to use this theater, and they're going to have a Jungle Book presentation. So look forward to that, and we will be covering it, of course. And we're going to continue on the lake and see if we notice anything else. I spy with my little eye a wild Imagineer in its natural habitat. Lisa, I want this to work. Trust me, I really do. Come on, work for me. Open the gates. Alright, so something to note, even though I'm not 100% sure this is actually new, they have some scaffolding up over here with what looks to be some electronic equipment, possibly for Jungle Book, possibly for Rivers of Light, but it's there. I'm not sure if it's new though. And of course we get our awesome view of the entire lake area. Again, Jungle Book is coming, and Rivers of Light eventually. But that's going to do it for over here, guys. We're going to check out some other stuff though. Right next to the Flame Tree Barbecue, we have some new steel that is in the air. I'm not sure if this is going to be for a seating area, a meet and greet, or whatever, but this has gone up just in the last couple weeks. As we can see, it forms almost like a gazebo type structure. Alright, so small correction to what I just said. We actually were just informed that this is going to be a seating area for Flame Tree Barbecue. So what it's going to do is it's actually going to extend all the way over here to this pavilion. It's going to extend the pavilion all the way over there. And the main reason is because they don't want guests getting their food wet. When it is rainy season, of course, it downpours here, guys. So if you don't know that, come here and you'll find out. So this is going to be a nice new seating area and everything else like that. Looks great so far, and I'm sure it's going to look even better once it's finally done. Well, guys, that is going to do it for another Disney's Animal Kingdom construction update. As we saw, Avatar has a bunch of new foliage on those floating mountains, and we saw some of the new technology going on with Expedition Everest and Rivers of Light. what's going on over there with the Imagineers and how they were checking out stuff. Again, we have Jungle Book coming soon, so Memorial Day weekend. Stay tuned for that. We're going to have more updates, guys, so if you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, and our YouTube page at Make a Madness, and I will see you out on the Midway.